Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers campaigned for re-election alongside former President Barack Obama in Milwaukee last week. The former president hit the campaign trail for Democratic swing state candidates in close races. Evers is in a tight race with his Republican challenger, Tim Michels, and recent polls show the two neck and neck. During the event, Evers called out Michels directly, saying the Republican, quote, supports radical and dangerous policies, before outlining his views on education, abortion, and the 2020 election.
Thank you, Milwaukee! Thank you so much. Thanks for being here today. Let's hear it again for Mandela Barnes. Mandela has been such a great partner for me, and I can't wait to see him in the U.S. Senate working alongside Tammy Baldwin. Also want to really have a shout out for every candidate here today. You know, whether it's state, federal, or local, we need to have more stronger, better people running for office, and thank you all for taking that up today. Thank you so much. So it's great to be here running for re-election, folks. It's an honor to have such a great group, small group, I guess. Oh, hello over there. Great people. We're going to win this campaign because of all of you. But it's not just you. We also have President Barack Obama with us today. And I can't wait to hear from him in just a few minutes. You have to give me a few minutes. First of all, I'm proud of what we've been able to accomplish for Wisconsin over the past several years. We have delivered on the promises that I've made, and we've focused on, frankly, common sense solutions for Wisconsin and Wisconsin values. Yeah, hell yes. When we do the right thing, Wisconsin is better and stronger. When our kids have access to a quality education, they have a foundation for a lifetime of success. That's why I've worked with both parties, actually, to fund our public schools, our technical colleges, and the UW system more than the last 2 decades, folks. Because we know what's best for our kids is best for our state. We're not done yet. I'm going to continue to create opportunities for all of our kids by investing more in special education, more in mental health, and more for smaller class sizes. As Wisconsinites are dealing with rising costs, we have put more money into your pockets. We cut income taxes for the middle class by 15%, and we're going to continue directing income tax cuts and relief to working families who need it the most in the state of Wisconsin. Let's talk about broadband. We've expanded affordable access to 387,000 households and businesses in the state of Wisconsin thus far, and we're going to expand access to another 300,000 in the next couple years. And in case you didn't know it, I fixed the damn roads. There were a handful of Scott holes out there, as you remember. We fixed nearly 5,000 miles of highway and 1,500 bridges. If you laid that out end to end, and I don't think you'd really want to do this, you could drive from here to Miami and back on smooth, Scott hole-free highways in my second term. We're going to do it at more. We've helped open and expand more than 6,000 small businesses through our Main Street Bounce Back program. But we can also do lots more for the state, and I know we will. But my opponent wants to stop that progress. And frankly, he does not share in our belief that we're doing the right thing. He'll take Wisconsin in a radically wrong way if we're not successful. Tim Michels supports radical and dangerous policies for the state of Wisconsin, and it has nothing to do with Wisconsin values, I'll tell you that. Yes, indeed. Tim Michels is radical and wrong on education. He hasn't stepped in a public school in this state for decades, and it shows. He called increased funding for our schools the definition of insanity. And he's open to reducing school funding by as much as 40%. And folks, if that happens, we may as well close the doors on our public schools, period. He said the 1849 criminal ban is an exact mirror on his position. Think about that. We cannot afford a governor who believes in a no-exception abortion ban. That would lock up doctors. I'll always trust women to make these decisions for themselves. Michels said overturning the 2020 election results, that means overturning the will of the people, of course, will be on the table when he becomes governor. Good Lord. So there's a really clear choice between doing the right thing for Wisconsin and what Tim Michels wants to do for our state. First, I know I'm not the flashiest guy in the room, folks, and this is a big room. But I believe in compassion, respect, and fairness, and I believe Wisconsin is the strongest when we're working together. And just remember this. Mr. Rogers wasn't the flashiest guy in the room either. So that's what we've got at stake here, folks. We can choose to keep doing the right thing or go down a radical path. We can't do that. We cannot allow that to happen. I know when we organize, bring people together, and talk to our neighbors about the future we want to build for this state, we win. And all of you can make that difference. But there's someone else here today who knows a thing or two about the power of organizing. Someone who has delivered results during some really tough times, and someone whose leadership has left a lasting positive mark on this entire nation. That's why I am so excited to introduce our next speaker today, who really needs no introduction. He's been a champion of the working people, made historic strides on everything from health care to public schools. He ushered in the Affordable Care Act. And Wisconsin, welcome Barack Obama.